Good afternoon, Cypress Chargers. I'm Bryan Paranal.
And I'm Sandra Murguia. Welcome to the October 18th edition of C-Scope, Cypress's online video news show. In state news, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger signed into legislation September 13th a bill to fine minor drivers $25 for driving while using their cell phones. Second-time offenders will be fined $50. The fine will be enforced beginning July 1 of 2008. According to an article posted on www.eweek.com, Schwarzenegger said teenage drivers are more easily distracted. The www.eweek.com article also reported that Ford conducted a study that found teenage drivers 4 times more distracted by cell phones than older drivers.
In local news, the Los Alamitos Joint Forces Training Base commemorated the opening of the Sunburst Academy on Saturday. In a year-long program for at-risk high school students from the southern areas of California, both male and female students will be housed on the base. JFTB takes pride in hosting the new academy and providing the greater Southern California region with an additional resource in the area of youth education. Brigadier General James P. Combs, commander of the base, said, $9 million state and federal funds will assist with the renovations and operating costs to run the new academy. The money will also help refurbish 2 old barracks, buildings 21 and 25, into more contemporary sleeping quarters for up to 200 cadets, classrooms, and a 400-seat dining facility. The Sunburst Youth Challenge Academy represents yet another commitment by the California National Guard to help teenagers at risk, said Major General William H. Wade II, the Adjutant General of California National Guard. For more information on the Sunburst Academy, visit the C-Scope video file on Cycron, as well as the adjoining story on the website.
In campus news, Cypress College's Career Planning Center will hold the last 2 workshops of fall semester, October 25th and November 8th. The October workshop from 11 a.m. to noon will focus on time management techniques. The 4th and final workshop in November encompasses critical thinking skills, problem-solving strategies, and step-by-step methods that successful students use to attain top grades. Handouts will be available at the Career Planning Center, Humanities Building Room 213, 1 week after the event for those who cannot attend.
In other news, Cypress's associated students voted in special elections the first week of October to fill vacant positions. In the first of 2 elections, the vote allows for submission of amendments to request changes be submitted up to 3 weeks prior to an election. The second changed the number of academic senators and programmers from 7 to 15.
Mid-November, expect to see WebStar replaced with My Gateway on Cypress College's website. The new software should be in place for the spring semester's registration. Students have been using WebStar to register for classes, pay bills, and request transfers. College officials say they're not replacing WebStar because of problems, but because My Gateway will provide more student-friendly services. My Gateway promises to also feature club and organization websites as well as post announcements, assignments, and establish group message boards. 1-hour training sessions will be held on campus to educate students. Registration is required and students should contact the district's website for more information.
An AIDS workshop is scheduled on campus October 23rd from 2:30 to 4 p.m. in the Humanities Building, room 131. A guest speaker has been invited. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, an estimated 40,000 Americans are diagnosed with AIDS each year. For more information, contact Fola Udabunmi at 714-484-7000, extension 8228.
On the Afternoon Experience, Cypress's weekly radio show hosted by Bryan and Peter Flores discussed the small showing of students on National Coming Out Day. On October 11th, the students acknowledged their alternative sexuality and requested formation of a club.
Thanks, Sandra. Now here's Kevin Neuburger with a look at the exciting world of Cypress College sports. Kevin?
Okay, we're going to start off with women's soccer. The Ladies Chargers wrapped up the Orange Empire Conference against Golden West last Friday. They faced Golden West for the 2nd time this season and shot out a 3-0 victory, making that 2 straight wins against Golden West. Next up, the Chargers traveled to Saddleback Tuesday to face the Gauchos for the 2nd time this season. Last time they met, the Chargers squeezed out a 6-0 victory. Excuse me, that's actually a 1-0 victory. And the Chargers proved their dominance this time around. by beating the Gauchos for a second time, 1-0. Natalie Farah is shaping up to be a star player on the team as she consistently scores in every game. This week she added a goal in Tuesday's matchup, keeping her winning streak alive, or scoring streak alive, that is. Overall, the Lady Chargers improved to 12-1-3 and 8-1-1 for the division conference. They're looking to keep that winning streak going against Santa Ana. The Chargers faced off at home on Friday at 3 p.m. Next up, women's water polo. Cypress traveled north to Sierra over the weekend for 4 games against some tough Northern California competition. After facing off against the 4 teams, Cypress could not generate a win, coming home with 4 losses. Sophomore utility player Stephanie Sindon scored 9 goals to lead Cypress over the weekend. Next up, the Chargers close out the regular Orange Empire Conference season at Fullerton on Wednesday. The Chargers fell behind early and could not catch up as the Hornets beat them 11-3. Overall, the Chargers fall to 1-16 and 0-6 in the conference. Next, the Chargers match up against Southwestern and Merced at home this Friday. Those games will be held at 1:15 and 4:30 p.m. Okay, next up, we go to women's volleyball. Cypress headed out to Riverside Friday to face the Tigers. After a 2.5-hour battle, Cypress fell just short, losing in 5 games. Charger Janisha Blackwell stood out, racking up a season-high 23 kills to go along with 20 digs. At the Orange Empire Conference, the toughest conference in the state, Cypress faced 3 of the top 5 teams in the state. On Wednesday, Cypress faced off with the number 2 ranked Lasers of Irvine Valley, who came into the matchup undefeated. Despite their best efforts, they fell in 3 games, 30-21, 30-21 again, and 30-17. Cypress falls to 5-13 and 1-5 in the conference overall. They go on the road to face Saddleback on Friday. That game will be held at Irvine Valley at 8 p.m. Okay, next up, we got men's soccer. Facing off against Riverside last Friday, Cypress allowed 4 opposing goals and could only score 1 of their own in the 4-1 loss. Cypress suffered a tough first half, coming down 0-2 at the end of the first. The Chargers could only manage the 1 goal from Andres Valencia with an assist from freshman forward Alfredo Lennon. Cypress closed out the first half of the Orange Empire Conference, facing Irvine Valley for the first time this season. The Chargers hope to pull out their first conference win of the year, but were met with another unfortunate loss, ending in 2-0. Overall, Cypress falls to 3-9-3 and 0-5-2 in the conference. They start the second half of the conference facing Golden West again. Last time they faced off, the Rustlers defeated the Chargers 3-1. The teams will meet up again on Friday at 7 p.m. at Golden West College. Okay, now coming at you with a question of the week, coming from our very own Jose Castro. Jose left this question on our website. He says, I quote, "Do you have a buffet?" Okay, Jose, thank you very much for that question. We'll ponder over that over the next week. And I throw that out to you, Cypress College students. With that, back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, that does it for the October 18th edition of C-Scope. I'm Bryan Paranal.
And I'm Sandra Murguia.
Halloween's just around the corner, Chargers, so you all have a happy Halloween.
Until next week.
Stay classy.